the mysterious disappearance of the Knights Templar. In the early 14th century, the Knights Templar, one of the most powerful military orders, suddenly vanished. Rumors spread that they had hidden a vast treasure somewhere in Europe. Some historians believe that the Church and the king conspired against them, accusing them of heresy to seize their wealth and eliminate their influence. Poisonings in royal courts. Medieval Europe was notorious for political intrigue. Several kings and queens reportedly fell victim to poisonings orchestrated by rivals within their own court. These secret murders were often masked as natural deaths, leaving a trail of suspicion and fear that kept entire kingdoms on edge. Secret societies influencing kings. Hidden societies operating in shadows, allegedly manipulated monarchs and influenced major battles. From sending cryptic messages to funding rebellions, these groups quietly shaped political landscapes, often leaving no trace of their existence except whispers in historical records. Hidden messages in manuscripts. Scholars have discovered coded messages and symbols in medieval manuscripts that hint at political conspiracies. These intricate designs were meant to communicate secret plans between allies or warn of plots against the crown, showing how knowledge itself became a weapon in times of intrigue. Church scandals and cover-ups. The medieval church, while a spiritual authority, was also deeply political. There are accounts suggesting that it covered up scandals, secret dealings, and betrayals. Some conspiracies involved protecting certain nobles or manipulating succession in favor of allies, all while presenting a facade of piety. Suspicious deaths of heirs. The sudden deaths of heirs to thrones often sparked rumors of foul play. Poison, assassination, and mysterious accidents were not uncommon. Historians speculate that these deaths were sometimes engineered to shift power or prevent certain individuals from ascending the throne. Secret alliances between kingdoms. Behind the scenes, rival kingdoms frequently formed secret alliances to gain advantage in wars and negotiations. These hidden pacts could change the outcome of battles, redirect trade routes, or topple a rival king, yet most of the world remained unaware until centuries later. Hidden maps and secret territories. Legends speak of maps that detailed hidden routes, underground tunnels, and secret territories controlled by powerful nobles or secret orders. These maps were closely guarded, as revealing them could mean losing an entire city, castle, or fortune. Coded letters between nobles. In a time when letters were the primary means of long-distance communication, nobles often used codes and ciphers to plot revolts or betray allies. Some of these letters, discovered centuries later, revealed shocking conspiracies and intricate plots that had nearly changed the course of history. Spies in royal courts. Spies were essential tools for gathering intelligence. Disguised as servants, merchants, or scribes, they infiltrated castles and courts to uncover secrets. Some were double agents, feeding false information to manipulate decisions, proving that espionage in the medieval era was as sophisticated as any modern operation. The shadow of the Black Death. During the plague in the 14th century, rumors spread that some nobles intentionally spread the disease to eliminate rivals or acquire land. While evidence is scarce, documents and testimonies suggest that fear and suspicion ran rampant, fueling conspiracies of intentional infection. The poisoning of king's advisors. Several royal advisors were mysteriously poisoned, often shortly after advising rulers on critical matters of state. These deaths created instability, giving rivals the opportunity to gain influence, showing how the pursuit of power often turned deadly behind palace walls. Hidden treasures of rebel factions. Some rebel factions were rumored to have secret caches of wealth hidden in forests, castles, or even underground caves. These treasures, often accumulated through raids and taxes, were sometimes used to fund secret wars against the crown or finance political movements. The mysterious death of Prince Arthur. The sudden and suspicious death of Prince Arthur, heir to the English throne, sparked numerous conspiracy theories. Some suggest poisoning orchestrated by powerful figures who wanted his brother, Henry VIII, to take the throne, altering the future of England. Secret marriage alliances. Nobles often arranged clandestine marriages to secure political power without the knowledge of rival families. These secret unions could change loyalties overnight and were sometimes discovered only after years, resulting in violent disputes and power struggles. The assassination of William Rufus. King William II of England died under mysterious circumstances during a hunting expedition. Some historians believe his death was orchestrated by those who opposed his policies, hinting at one of the earliest examples of political assassination in medieval Europe. Hidden identities in royal courts. Impersonation and secret identities were sometimes used to gather intelligence or manipulate decisions. Individuals disguised as servants or messengers could influence kings and nobles, creating an intricate web of deceit and conspiracy. The Templar treasure in Scotland. Some legends claim that surviving Templars hid part of their treasure in Scotland, protected by secret societies. Explorers and historians have searched for centuries, but the truth remains elusive, fueling endless speculation and intrigue. Manipulation of papal elections. The election of popes in medieval times was often influenced by secret negotiations and bribery. Powerful families and kings would conspire to place a favorable candidate in power, subtly controlling the direction of European politics. The Borgia family is deadly influence. The Borgia family became infamous for their ruthless pursuit of power in Renaissance Italy. Their alleged use of poison, manipulation, and murder to maintain influence over the papacy and Italian states has been the subject of countless conspiracies, some of which have been confirmed by historical records. The disappearance of medieval manuscripts. Numerous manuscripts containing sensitive political or religious information vanished mysteriously from monasteries and libraries. Scholars suspect that some were deliberately destroyed or hidden to protect conspirators or erase evidence of controversial events. The assassination of Thomas Becket. The murder of the Archbishop of Canterbury shocked medieval England. While officially carried out by knights loyal to King Henry II, many believe deeper conspiracies were at play, involving church politics and noble rivalries. Secret tunnels in castles. Many medieval castles had hidden tunnels used for escape or secret meetings. Some of these tunnels were employed by conspirators to move unnoticed, hide stolen treasures, or plot attacks, leaving a legacy of mystery beneath stone walls. The illuminated conspiracies. Illuminated manuscripts often contained hidden symbols and illustrations that hinted at secret political messages. Some were deliberately encoded to communicate between factions while avoiding detection by rival powers. Poison rings and covert assassinations. Aristocrats sometimes used poison rings and other concealed devices to eliminate rivals discreetly. These tools made it nearly impossible to trace deaths back to the true perpetrators, fueling paranoia across courts. The lost crown jewels. Some crown jewels mysteriously disappeared or were rumored to be stolen by insiders, conspiring to destabilize kingdoms. The fate of these treasures remains a mystery, often linked to elaborate plots involving nobles and royal guards. Medieval espionage networks. Spies traveled across kingdoms, disguised as merchants or pilgrims, gathering intelligence for their lords. Some double agents played both sides, manipulating wars, alliances, and treaties without ever being discovered. The mystery of Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc's rise and sudden execution raised questions of political conspiracies. Some suggest that rival factions within the French court and the English sought to control her influence, ultimately orchestrating her death for their gain. Alchemy and secret societies. Alchemists were often connected to secret societies that sought hidden knowledge and power. Some of these societies allegedly influenced rulers, using the promise of wealth or mystical powers to manipulate decisions behind the scenes. The secret correspondence of monarchs. Kings and queens often communicated in coded letters with trusted allies. Some of these letters, discovered centuries later, revealed plots to assassinate rivals, manipulate territories, or shift alliances, proving that conspiracy ran deep in medieval courts. The poisoning of medieval queens. Several queens met untimely deaths, often suspected to be caused by poisoned food or drink. Some historians suggest these deaths were orchestrated by rival factions seeking to control succession or influence the king. Secret meetings in monasteries. Monks and nobles sometimes held clandestine meetings in monasteries, discussing plots against kings or rival lords. These hidden gatherings allowed conspirators to plan in secrecy, often under the guise of religious devotion. The mystery of the princes in the tower. The disappearance of Edward V and his brother Richard remains one of the most famous conspiracies. Many historians believe their deaths were orchestrated by Richard III to secure the throne, though no definitive proof has survived. The hidden influence of merchants. Wealthy merchant families secretly funded political movements, rebellions, and wars. Their economic power gave them the ability to manipulate kings and nobles without ever appearing in official records. Forged documents and false claims. Forgery was a common tool for conspirators. Fake wills, letters, and legal documents were used to claim lands, titles, or wealth, often sparking disputes that reshaped political landscapes. Secret alliances in the Crusades. During the Crusades, some nobles formed secret alliances with enemies or other factions, betraying their allies to gain advantage. These covert deals sometimes determined the outcomes of battles and even entire campaigns. The manipulation of succession. Conspirators often worked to influence succession, placing preferred heirs on thrones while eliminating rivals. This manipulation could involve assassinations, arranged marriages, or falsified claims, fundamentally altering dynasties. Hidden weapons and ambushes. Some conspiracies involved secret stockpiles of weapons or planned ambushes. These plots, executed at the right moment, could overthrow rulers or seize cities without warning. The dark side of chivalry. While knights are often remembered for honor, many were involved in secret plots, betrayals, and conspiracies. Some betrayed fellow knights or lords for personal gain, using their status to conceal their true intentions. Messages in art and architecture. Medieval cathedrals, paintings, and statues sometimes contained symbols or messages meant to convey secret information. Conspirators could use these hidden clues to communicate without alerting outsiders, creating a silent network of intrigue. The secret burial of kings. Some kings were buried in hidden locations to protect their remains from desecration or to conceal secret items buried with them. These secret tombs sometimes became the focus of later treasure hunts and conspiracies. The assassination of Roger Mortimer. Roger Mortimer, a powerful English noble, was executed under mysterious circumstances. His rise and fall involved intricate plots, betrayals, and secret alliances that shaped the English monarchy. Hidden councils in castles. Some castles had secret chambers where nobles would meet to plan coups or discuss rebellions. These hidden councils allowed conspiracies to flourish, undetected, for months or even years. The poisoning of monarchs' rivals. Rival princes and dukes sometimes met sudden deaths through suspected poisoning. Such acts of covert elimination were often used to prevent challenges to the throne or weaken political opponents. The secret role of astrologers. Astrologers and soothsayers were employed to advise rulers on political decisions. Some used their influence to manipulate leaders for personal gain or to benefit secret conspirators. The betrayal of allies in war. Medieval battles were often decided not only on the field, but also through secret betrayals. Allied forces sometimes turned against each other at critical moments, changing the outcomes and rewriting history. Hidden funding for rebellions. Wealthy nobles secretly funded rebellions against kings or rival factions. This funding could provide weapons, mercenaries, and resources, allowing conspiracies to have real, dangerous effects on kingdoms. The mystery of cursed relics. Some artifacts were rumored to carry curses or secret powers. Conspirators used these stories to manipulate nobles, scare rivals, or justify political actions, blending superstition with strategy. Secret treaties with foreign powers. Some medieval leaders secretly negotiated treaties with enemies, promising support or land in exchange for future gain. These backroom deals were often revealed only centuries later, changing how we understand history. The covert spread of rumors. Rumors were powerful tools for conspirators. Spreading false information about rivals could ruin reputations, spark rebellions, or force political changes without ever spilling blood directly. Secret messages in stained glass. Some medieval cathedrals used stained glass windows to convey hidden messages to the powerful elite. Symbols and patterns sometimes revealed political warnings or secret alliances, visible only to those who understood the code. The mysterious fate of Eleanor of Aquitaine. Eleanor, one of the most powerful women in medieval Europe, was involved in numerous secret plots. Her influence marriages and alliances affected the outcome of wars, demonstrating the hidden power women wielded in conspiracies. Poisoned chalices and hidden traps, medieval banquets were sometimes dangerous. Rival nobles or jealous courtiers could use poisoned chalices or hidden traps to eliminate their enemies, making even social gatherings a potential battlefield. Secret military orders. Some knights belonged to secret military orders that operated outside the king's control. These orders sometimes conspired to influence battles, support rebellions, or protect hidden treasures. Manipulating religious authority. Rulers and nobles sometimes conspired to control or influence bishops and abbots. By manipulating religious authority, conspirators could legitimize their claims or suppress rivals without direct confrontation. The secret life of mercenaries. Mercenaries often switched sides in wars for money or favors. Their secret deals with multiple lords could dramatically shift the outcomes of battles, making loyalty a rare and unreliable commodity. Hidden fortresses and escape routes. Many medieval lords built secret fortresses and escape tunnels. These hidden structures allowed conspirators to survive sieges, protect treasures, or secretly meet allies, often changing the course of local politics. The assassination of Conradin. Conradin, the last Hohenstaufen heir, was captured and executed under mysterious circumstances. His death removed a political rival, illustrating how assassinations could reshape European dynasties. Forged alliances in Italy, Italian city-states were masters of intrigue. Some formed secret alliances and then betrayed them for personal gain, creating a complex web of conspiracies that historians are still uncovering. Secret codes in religious texts. Certain religious texts were altered or annotated with codes meant to communicate hidden instructions. Conspirators used these codes to guide actions, protect secrets, or communicate threats without drawing attention. The secret trials of witches. Accusations of witchcraft were sometimes used as a cover for political conspiracies. Nobles could eliminate rivals by labeling them witches, blending superstition with ambition to remove threats without public backlash. Hidden wealth of the Cathars. The Cathar sect in southern France allegedly accumulated hidden wealth and sacred artifacts. When the crusade against them began, much of this treasure was rumored to vanish, possibly concealed to fund secret networks or protect surviving members. Double agents in the 100 Years' War, spies working for both English and French crowns, influenced key battles and negotiations. Some agents secretly betrayed their own side, shifting the war's dynamics and creating layers of intrigue in medieval warfare. Poisoned letters and secret threats. Some conspirators sent letters laced with poison or containing veiled threats. These letters could change alliances, intimidate rivals, or manipulate political decisions from a distance, showing the reach of medieval intrigue. The hidden influence of bankers. Wealthy medieval bankers secretly funded wars, rebellions, and political maneuvers. Their financial support allowed conspirators to act on ambitious plans while remaining behind the scenes, shaping history without wielding swords. The mysterious death of King Edward II, His removal and death are shrouded in conspiracy theories. Some suggest that court officials and nobles colluded to overthrow him, fearing his incompetence and using secret strategies to control England. Secret cults in monasteries. Certain monastic groups were rumored to act as secret cults, influencing local politics and kings. Their rituals and hidden agendas often remained unknown to outsiders, allowing them to manipulate events quietly. Betrayal in the Wars of the Roses. Nobles frequently switched allegiances in the Wars of the Roses, betraying family or allies for power. These secret betrayals often determined the outcome of battles and ultimately which houses controlled the throne. Concealed treasures in abbeys. Some abbeys hid treasures to protect them from invading armies or corrupt officials. These secret caches sometimes became the focus of conspiracies, with multiple parties plotting to claim the wealth. The secret marriages of royalty. Some royals arranged marriages in secrecy to secure alliances, produce heirs, or manipulate succession. These hidden unions could shift political balances dramatically, often revealed only years later. Secret burial rituals for nobles. Some medieval nobles were buried in secret locations, or with hidden items to protect their wealth and influence, even after death. These secret burials often became the subject of treasure hunts and local legends. The use of coded prayers, some religious orders embedded coded messages in prayers and chants. These codes were used to secretly communicate plans, alliances, or warnings among trusted members without detection by outsiders. The betrayal of Richard the Lionheart. While on crusade, Richard faced conspiracies from both allies and enemies. Secret negotiations and hidden betrayals complicated his campaigns, showing that medieval politics often extended beyond the battlefield. Hidden fortifications in towns. Certain towns built secret fortifications and escape routes to protect themselves during sieges. These hidden structures allowed conspirators to survive attacks or move secretly, giving them strategic advantages. The secret influence of queens. Many queens wielded power behind the scenes, influencing kings and court decisions. Their involvement in conspiracies often remained hidden from the public, yet it shaped politics, wars, and successions. The disappearance of valuable relics. Religious relics sometimes vanished under mysterious circumstances. Conspirators may have stolen, hidden, or destroyed them to gain political leverage or protect sacred secrets. Secret alliances with foreign powers. Some medieval rulers secretly allied with foreign nations against their own neighbors or allies. These hidden pacts could determine the outcome of wars or shift the balance of power dramatically. The manipulation of popular revolts. Some uprisings were secretly instigated or manipulated by powerful nobles to weaken rivals. Conspirators would fuel unrest, then control the outcome to strengthen their own position. Poisoned feasts and dinners, banquets, a symbol of wealth and celebration, were sometimes deadly. Conspirators used these gatherings to poison rivals or test loyalty, turning social events into deadly political tools. Secret messages in architecture. Castles, cathedrals, and bridges often contained hidden symbols and designs. Conspirators used these architectural codes to communicate warnings, instructions, or secret alliances across distances. The hidden agendas of regents. When kings were minors, regents ruled in their stead. Some regents secretly manipulated policies, marriages, and wars to consolidate power, creating conspiracies that affected entire kingdoms. Secret treaties between enemies. Rival factions sometimes signed hidden agreements promising land, money, or military support. These secret treaties could undermine alliances and dramatically alter the outcome of conflicts. The use of assassins for political gain. Assassins were often hired to eliminate rivals quietly. Powerful nobles and even monarchs used these covert killings to remove threats without openly waging war. Hidden financing of mercenary armies. Wealthy conspirators secretly funded mercenaries to fight in battles or suppress revolts. This allowed plots to unfold with minimal risk, as hired soldiers carried out dangerous plans for money. The manipulation of succession crises. Conspirators sometimes created or exploited succession crises to place their preferred candidate on the throne. These schemes could involve false claims, forgeries, and assassinations. Secret networks of informants. Spies and informants secretly gathered intelligence for nobles and kings. Their hidden reports influenced decisions, military campaigns, and political moves without being publicly known. The clandestine influence of alchemists. Alchemists promised kings wealth, immortality, or power. Some used this influence to secretly manipulate rulers, gain favor, or protect secret knowledge for their own advantage. Disguised nobles and hidden identities. Nobles sometimes assumed false identities to attend events, spy on rivals, or carry out secret missions. These hidden identities allowed conspiracies to be planned and executed undetected. The covert role of advisors in rebellions. Some royal advisors secretly plotted rebellions against the rulers they served. By providing misleading counsel or withholding information, they could engineer instability while appearing loyal. Hidden propaganda through literature. Plays, poems, and books were sometimes used to subtly spread propaganda or justify conspiracies. Writers could influence public opinion and manipulate perceptions while keeping their messages hidden in plain sight. The secret rescue missions. Some nobles orchestrated covert rescues of imprisoned allies or heirs, using hidden tunnels, disguises, and insider help, often changing the balance of power in kingdoms without public knowledge. The hidden influence of merchants on politics. Wealthy merchants secretly funded political schemes, bribed officials, and manipulated trade policies to gain influence, proving that money could be as powerful as armies. The mysterious fate of exiled nobles. Nobles sent into exile sometimes plotted their return in secret, forming alliances and recruiting supporters to reclaim power, demonstrating the long-lasting reach of medieval conspiracies. Hidden councils of war. Before battles, secret councils were held where trusted generals and nobles planned ambushes, strategies, and betrayals, ensuring that only a select few knew the true plan. Secret marriages to claim thrones. Royals sometimes married in secrecy to secure claims to thrones or territories. These clandestine unions could create unexpected heirs, alter alliances, and trigger disputes long after the marriage. The covert spread of rumors to weaken rivals. Conspirators expertly spread false stories about rivals' loyalty, morals, or health. These rumors influenced decisions and public perception without any direct confrontation. Hidden weapons, caches in towns. Secret stashes of weapons and armor were hidden to support uprisings or defend against conspiracies. Discovering or controlling these caches often determined the outcome of local conflicts. The secret protection of rebel leaders. Some nobles provided covert protection to rebels or fugitives, enabling them to survive and continue plotting against their enemies, often for personal gain or political leverage. Coded messages in religious ceremonies. Certain ceremonies contained hidden gestures, chants, or symbols meant to convey secret information to those in the know, allowing conspirators to communicate without detection. The long-lasting impact of medieval conspiracies. Many conspiracies, once revealed centuries later, show that secret plots, hidden alliances, and covert actions profoundly shaped the political, social, and religious landscape of Europe, leaving traces that still fascinate historians today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into medieval conspiracies and want more fascinating stories, make sure to subscribe to Sleepless Tales. Don't forget to like this video and hit the bell icon so you never miss another story that will keep you awake and intrigued. Stay tuned for more mysteries, secrets, and historical conspiracies revealed right here on Sleepless Tales.